Thursday evening baseball here in the Western Canadian Baseball League as the Regina Red Sox host the Medicine Hat Mavericks. We welcome you inside the ballpark here at Curry Field in Regina, Saskatchewan. I'm Donovan Mace, joined alongside Elliot Wagner. Elliot, two teams early in a season hoping to get hot and kind of sustain a couple win streaks. Regina losing last time out. They're 3-2 to begin the year. Medicine Hat winning big on Tuesday night. They're 2-3 in a rematch of last year's East Division first round playoff series.
Yeah, for Medicine Hat, a good win over Swift Current, 24-2, a win that they really needed starting out the year 1-3, really struggling against these Red Sox. They finally got some momentum coming into the Queen City. As for Regina last night, it looked like it was going to be a long one against the Berries, a very tough team coming out of the gate, but scoring 9 runs in that 9th inning, able to get it within 1 run before falling in the 9th inning just barely to their last batter.
We're about to get things started here. Starting on the mound for the Regina Red Sox, it's the Edgewood University senior Aiden Schumacher. Second start of the year. He was the opening day starter for Regina against these very same Mavericks on, I guess that was 1 week ago.
Yeah, it was a pretty good game as well, with that win being 8-6. 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, 3 runs, only 2 of them earned. 6-1 is strikeout to walk ratio. He's a guy that will pound the zone, gives up a decent amount of walks and hits, 1.44 whip. But he does get his outs, and he does not walk too many batters across the season and across a game.
And he's going up against an offensive lineup in the Medicine Hat Mavericks, which last night exploded for 24 runs against the Swift Current 57s. First pitch here from Aiden Schumacher to start the night, swinging. Looper into center field is going to drop in front of Alex Rue. First pitch, first hit for Medicine Hat on Thursday night. Here's a look at that Mavericks lineup. We got Thomas Schnabel, who already hit a leadoff single. He bats first. Blake Dale coming to the plate. He'll bat second this evening. Evan Morrison batting third with Carter Roth batting fourth. Carson Chan bats fifth. Eric Calder, the DH tonight for the Mavs, bats sixth. Johnny Volcano, Nate King, and Adam Volcano rounds out that Medicine Hat lineup. Second pitch of the evening from Schumacher, taken for a strike by Blake Dale. That one outside as the count goes 1-1. Quick start here for Medicine Hat as they hope to continue that hot offensive streak which they've been on of late. Schnabel leads off of first. Pitch from Schumacher, swing and a miss by Blake Dale. On a great breaking ball that just fell low and into the dirt, and Dale swings over top.
Yeah, if you're Schumacher, you also got to keep the runner on here. Schnabel, 3 stolen bases already on this season. The only guy on this team to have stolen a base.
Looks back. Schnabel. Toger unable to hold on to the ball, although it looked like Schnabel was in time nonetheless. 1-2 the count to Blake Dale. Dale, the second baseman, everyday second baseman for Medicine Hat. That one called strike 3 as it falls out of the glove of Pierre. First strikeout of the night for the senior.
Well, that's what we're talking about with Schumacher. He's going to pound the zone a lot. There he just gets the outer part of the plate. Definitely crosses the zone. Wasn't high, wasn't low. Really good pitch out of the Red Sox righty.
Brings Evan Morrison back to the plate. Diving back in on the check over at first is Schnabel. Morrison last night 3 for 6 with 4 runs scored. In fact, the top 4 batters in this lineup, runner goes, play at second, just a little late. Stolen base, called strike as well.
There's your really good jump. Schnabel, that's such a speed threat. That's why he's playing that leadoff spot for this Maverick squad. A very top-heavy side. These first 4 batters, they're tough outs. And they're going to be the source of a lot of these runs here today.
Mateo Pierre gives the sign to Schumacher. Here's the pitch. Little high, little outside, runs the count to 1-1. As I was saying last night, the top 4 hitters in this lineup scored 13 of Medicine Hat's 14 runs. Check swing, called strike 2. Schumacher filling up the zone early. Good to see. That's something that Regina pitchers have somewhat struggled with. They've had guys that have filled up the zone, but almost, I don't know if they're scared to put something in the strike zone or what the problem has been. And I mean, the defense behind them has been not great, good, but not great.
And 821 fielding percentage for this Red Sox defense. They've had some bad weather games here at Curry, so the wind definitely affecting it somewhat, especially on the mound.
1-2 pitch, grounded up the middle, Schumacher, and now they've got Schnabel stuck in a rundown, and Schumacher will get it himself. Scored unassisted, 1 on the tag out, and there's no longer a runner in scoring position. What a play out of the pitcher.
And that is really so savvy. A lot of guys, they'll just make that turn throw to first, let their first baseman maybe make a return throw down to third, but knowing that runner at second is such a speed threat, such a player that you know he's probably going to come around. Even if he goes back to second, even if you hold him, he's still probably scoring on a single. Making that play over, putting the much slower Morrison at first base with 2 out.
That brings Carter Roth to the plate. Pitch here, fouled back. Roth today named a first-team All-American in the NAIA for his record 111 hits with the Doane University Tigers. He's only got 9 hits in 5 games so far. Kind of started slow. This one fouled off the foot of Roth, and he's down 0-2. Started slow, but really the last 2 games for Roth has been, or has found his swing, we'll say. I believe he still has a hit in each game so far this year. That's .346. Sorry, didn't have a hit in the second game of the year, but he does have 2+ in his last 3 games. Pitch here from Schumacher, grounded up the middle. Playing on a couple hops is Samard, and the throw over is in time. So 1 hit, 1 fielder's choice, 5 batters coming to the plate for Medicine Hat. 3 get set down. Score remains 0-0. Scoreless top half. Regina will get their first chance when we return here on Flow Sports.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
0-0 ball game through one half inning here Thursday night. 17 degrees, mostly sunny. Beautiful Thursday night here in Regina, Saskatchewan. Wind is low. Probably the best night of baseball we've had. This the fourth home game of 2026 for the Red Sox. Mason Cantor leads things off for Regina, bottom of the first inning. They'll go against the righty Brant Spencer. Pitch called a strike to start things off. Spencer, a commit to USC Lancaster out of Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan. 0-1 pitch, fouled back by Cantor. Only 18 years old, and this his second season in the WCBL. Was with the Swift Current 57s last year for a handful of games. That one high. Good pitch, though. Cantor with a better eye moves the count to 1-2.
Yeah, for Spencer, a decent amount of time last season with the 57s. 6 innings pitched. 4 walks, 5 strikeouts.
Cantor pokes this one up the middle, but underneath is Johnny Volcano on the soft liner for out number 1.
And Cantor just gets under this one. A little bit late on it as that one just weakly popped out. Good play by Volcano. Good defensive shortstop. Makes those plays all day.
This Medicine Hat team, a good defensive team, have only committed 3 errors through their first 5 games. In contrast, Regina has committed 13. Justin Samard now at the plate. Red hot to start this year. That one outside. Here's a look at that Red Sox lineup with Mason Cantor leading things off. Justin Samard bats second. Alex Rue will bat third for Rye Pathakos this evening. Batting cleanup is Brady Bye. That pitch outside goes 3-0 to Samard. Batting fifth is Ty Martinez with Will Toger batting sixth. Rain Krekowitz, Mateo Pierre, and Mason Tafoya. 7-8-9 rounds out the lineup for Regina. 3-0. That one right down the middle. Samard was taken all the way.
Yeah, and you talk about Samard, hot start, batting over 1,000 on his OPS. 9 RBIs to start the season.
This one poked into right field down the line. It is just foul into the Red Sox bullpen.
Yeah, the returning Red Sox. He's been a guy that's been consistently towards the top of the lineup, but not someone that necessarily screams off the stat sheet. But this year has been such a turn for him. He has really come out the gate well, and if the Red Sox want any chance of a deep run, he's going to be part of it.
3-2 pitch, swing and a miss at the fastball, high and in. And Brant gets the first 2 batters here tonight.
Well, if Spencer was planning on it, he set up outside to Samard, got him chasing a little bit, got him late on that deep foul ball. So I'm coming high and in with that fastball, just unexpected. Just trying to wait on it, has to swing way too early, and ends up going down.
Alex Rue going 2 for 5 on Tuesday night with a double, scored 3 runs, drove in 1 himself, also walked, struck out, and stole a base. Rue has been the left fielder every game so far this year.
I've never seen him play in my life, but he's never hit a ball.
Pitch here from Spencer. Good start so far, fouled back by Rue as he falls behind 0-2.
Yeah, Rue, he's going to swing a lot on these pitches. He struck out 7 times, only walked 3 to start the year. He is a guy that really, he's going to take what he can get as we see him go down 0-2. He's looking fastball early, whatever the count.
Yeah, Spencer looking to bounce back. He was the pitcher of record in the opening night game. And he sets down Rue looking 1-2-3 with 2 strikeouts. Does the Meadow Lake kid. Scores 0-0 through 1 here at Curry Field. Things roll on Flow Sports. Top of the second inning. Regina Red Sox hosting the Medicine Hat Mavericks. 6th game of the year for both these teams. Great pitch in there. Aiden Schumacher back on the mound for Regina after pitching a scoreless top half.
I meant gifted as far as his skills. He also throws.
This one hit into center, lined right at Tafoya. Took a couple steps in, couple steps back, and he makes the grab.
Yeah, Carson Chan, he's kind of been struggling to start the year, only batting .273 to start the season on his average. And this is kind of what we're talking about towards the end of this lineup. Calder might be the one kind of exception to this rule, but OPS over 1,000 at the 1400s. But usually the bottom of this lineup for the Mavericks has been struggling to get base hits. That's where Schumacher can bird through these outs in these innings and hand it over to a strong Red Sox pen. But it's that top of the order that when it flips around, it's going to be tough.
This one hit high, hard to right. It is slicing foul. Just barely gets over the wall in foul territory as Kreklowitz made a valiant effort to try and bring it back. Long strike for Eric Calder. Calder, so good to start this year. 5 games, and you would say, oh, he's only got 6 hits. Well, it's because he's only had 12 at-bats. He's also walked 6 times, so the on base is 667. The slug is at 750, 14-17. The OPS early. Scored 5 runs, drove in 3 doubles for the first baseman out of Tabor College.
Exactly. He doesn't bring his leg forward.
Also a returnee
Okay, so that's
for Medicine Hat.
he hasn't tapped into this. This is what me and Dusty were.
2-1 pitch. That one called a strike on the outer part of the plate.
Well, he's getting too much.
Ryan Reed, the head coach for these Mavs.
It's different leg. Okay, back leg has to go over the outside.
Schumacher, 2-2 pitch. Just low. Great take by Eric Calder, who already, as I mentioned, has 6 free passes drawn on the 2026 campaign.
He's only struck out twice, so his eye has really been the most valuable part of his game.
Pitch here, check swing, did not go around, so it is another walk for Eric Calder. Something he just continues to do. Gets on base a ton. 13th time he's been on base this year.
Yeah,
and that's just with walks and hits.
If he continues his hot streak, I would be surprised if he goes up a spot, maybe even a couple more in this lineup.
He is lengthening out that Mavs lineup, though. First pitch swinging is Johnny Volcano to Brady Bye. He picks it up on a couple hops. The throw in time. Toger on the stretch, able to hold on to it to keep a foot on the bag to get the second out.
Smart play by Bye, not trying to force it to second off that high hop. Volcano tried to get a case that Volcano came off the bag, and that was really close, but maybe
You're right, that was very close.
Maybe by a cleat spike, and Mesnet, they're going to come protest this call over at first, married by Derek Chada.
Yeah, this looks like Ryan Reed out here having a quick chat.
Volcano has not gone to the dugout yet. He is staying at first. Now he'll make the way to the bench.
Unfortunately, no review able to be used by the Mavs in this case. Number 8 hitter is Nate King, another one of these returning players from last year. 3 games, he went 3 for 10 with a double, 3 RBIs, and a walk against the Red Sox in 2025. in 29 appearances last year, had 25 hits with a 287 average. This one hit up the middle. Samard, he's going to make the play. The throw is slow, but in time. The one-out walk doesn't come back to hurt Schumacher, as another runner left on base for Medicine Hat, and some good fielding in behind him. Score 0-0, bottom of the second, when we return.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Still in a scoreless ball game with two high-powered offenses. Now, these teams have already played their fourth game against each other. In I guess there's 6 games on the season. In the previous 3, Regina leads the series 3-0. And they're outscoring Medicine Hat 27-20 in those 3 affairs. Brent Spencer starting things off. Brady Bye pops up the first pitch. Running back on it is Dale. Calling him off is Adam Volcano, who ends up making the grab. And Brady Bye goes down on the first pitch he sees tonight. Interesting points. So Regina 3-2 on the year. They're 3-0 against Medicine Hat, meaning the 2 games that they've played, not against Medicine Hat, one being against Moose Jaw, one being against Saskatoon. They have lost both, whereas the opposite, Medicine Hat has played 2 games, not against Regina, one against Brooks, one against Swift Current, and they've won both of those games.
Both of those were just 1-run losses, but still losses nonetheless for a Regina team. 46 runs on the season as opposed to Medicine Hat's 52. A lot of that obviously inflated from their, football score last night against Swift Current, 24-2.
This one pop foul by Ty Martinez and out of play to our left. Here's the defensive alignment for the Medicine Hat Mavericks. Nate King is behind the plate, the other half of the battery with Brant Spencer. Evan Morrison is over at first with Blake Dale at second. Carter Roth patrols third. Down goes Martinez, but this one gets away from King in behind the plate, and there's no throw. So Martinez, strikeout, wild pitch.
The runner is safe on the play. Brought to you by Save On Food.
And Martinez gets on base.
Not the way the Red Sox exactly would draw up their first base runner of the game, but getting that guy towards the bottom of the lineup on base, turning it over to a Red Sox hitter in Toger, who's been okay to start the season. 409 average, about 11 OPS in his first 5 games, including 2 extra base hits, or 3, excuse me, counting the home run.
Johnny Volcano's over at shortstop just to finish up that Mavs defensive alignment. And then Carson Chan, Thomas Schnabel, and Adam Volcano left to right. This one lined into right field by Toger, and he's got another hit. Hits in all 6 games this year for Toger.
Well, there you kind of see that really good start that Toger's had. And sorry, it's a 700 OPS. I should probably get that right. Another guy who's going to swing a lot. 5 strikeouts, no walks for Toger. There he gets under that one early in a count. And now the Red Sox here with 1 out are threatening with the lefty-righty matchup.
Rain Krekowitz out of Toronto. Left-handed bat takes the first pitch strike. Rain on Tuesday night, 1 for 4 with a walk and a strikeout. Just 4 hits here early in this season. But talking to some Red Sox staff, this is a guy they're excited about, and it's early in the year, and this one bounced back towards Spencer. No play at second. Krekowitz just barely doesn't get there quick enough as Spencer able to record 1 out, but it's productive for Regina.
Yeah, you could see Spencer kind of trying to turn to second. He knew there was no play at third. Turned to second. Toger on his horse to get to that bag. Makes a smart play to first. Just got the runner Krekowitz by step.
Brings the catcher Mateo Pierre to the plate. Again, a little bit of a slow start to the year. He's been really solid behind the plate, commanding games and calling games. It's just the offensive side still yet to pick up for number 21. One 0 pitch outside. Mateo Pierre, a guy out of France, has 2 national team appearances, 1 with the U23 team, and oh, by the way, he's only 19. And last year was with the U18 team for the European Junior Championships. 2-0 pitch from Spencer. Swing and a miss. Off the mask of Kevin Manzik behind the plate. Down the first base line is Derek Sada, standing at second base right now, but you'll see him kind of run in between second and third as Sean Weatherall, the 3-man crew tonight. Manzik, a guy who works some minor pro baseball down south. 2-1 pitch now from Spencer to Pierre. Swing and a miss on the curveball. So that runs the count to 2-2. 2 runners in scoring position. Martinez off of third, Toger at second. 2-2 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Pitch just low. Pierre takes a close one to run the count full.
That's really good from Pierre. He's got a good eye. One of the only guys on this team to walk more than he strikes out. Kind of see Spencer there trying to get that outer part of the plate. We'll see where he goes on this.
Spencer filling up the strike zone, 21 strikes. Only 7 balls his first 28 pitches of the night.
Feels like the start of this season, the returning players have really been the ones that have come out on top, really adjusting to kind of the pace of this league coming from college. They already know what that transition is like.
Another payoff pitch. Check swing, went all the way around. Down goes Pierre for strike 3, out number 3. 4th strikeout of the night for Brant Spencer. Score remains 0-0 as Regina strands 2 runners in scoring position. We'll be back here on Flow Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, sections A and B, stand up. Sections A and B, we are ready to play. The Casino Regina Players Club National. Show us your right Players Club card provided in Casinos Regina or Moose Jaw. Just that simple. And a reminder there too to bring your Player Club cards.
It'll probably take me all game to drink this.
This game every time, so make sure you hit that Players Club card win. Sections A and B. And how about sections A and B? We hear it. Go Sox, go! Can we get that put back? One more time.
Sorry, 2012.
Scan the QR code, submit your photos, and do its operations for a chance to be featured on the video board during tonight's game.
Aiden Schumacher, good start, 2 scoreless innings. This is our first look here at Aiden Schumacher at home, although it is his second appearance of the year. Just early impressions of the young righty here, Elliot.
He's a guy who does pound the strike zone. We mentioned that kind of off the top. We've mentioned that kind of nonstop. Although his control towards after the first inning, where he was really dominant, has kind of slowed up, but he has been efficient. Only 4 batters in the first 2 innings, but now he's going to face this lineup kind of turning over, facing another returning player.
Adam Volcano dribbles this one up the middle. Cantor scoops it up. The throw over, a strike to Will Toger. Out number 1. And so far, here in game number 6, it seems like the defense much better for Regina after kind of struggling out of the gate.
That's the first 9 batters of the game, and that middle infield. Baez made a really good play on a short hop. He's there. You see the shortstop Cantor really coming in, making a smart pick. And over at first, man, Toger, he's got a couple of bad plays where he's been drawn off the bag. He's allowed for easy outs to be called as hits, or the runner just beats him out. This time he has kept that foot planted. He's popped off well. He's been able to really guard that first base bag.
Thomas Schnabel leading off the ball game, swung at the very first pitch of the ball game and got a hit. He swings at the very first pitch of this at bat, swings at the next one as well, but fouls it off. He's seen 3 pitches and swung at all 3 of them. Made contact with 2.
Yeah, that's kind of, as a coach, that's somewhat what you want as leadoff guy. You wouldn't mind if he took a couple, maybe trying to wear down this Regina pitcher's out.
Scored 1 extra base hit, a double, a walk, a strikeout, and stole a base last night, or sorry, 2 nights ago against Swift Current. He grounds this one over to Brady Bye. The throw in time for out number 2. Brady Bye showing off the arm in his first full season as a third baseman.
I know that was a conversation, him moving from catcher to third and what that kind of transition would be like. Expect maybe a guy like catcher, maybe expect, oh, he's going to play short where maybe his arm is a little more versatile, but his fielding, you know, maybe it might not be that great, so third might be the right spot for him. He has come out of the gate well defensively with his bat still rolling as we move it into Blake Dale.
Blake Dale takes a first pitch, ball low and away. Dale was 4 for 7 with 4 runs scored, 2 doubles, 1 home run, 2 RBIs in that 24-2 win on so far this season. They've had 2 games already where they've given up 20-ish runs. I believe they lost 18-2 to Lethbridge, and then 24-2 on Tuesday to Medicine Hat. They do have a win. They beat Moose Jaw. That one right down the middle in the 3-0 count. As Schumacher gets back and looks to claw back in this one. 3-1 now. Nice little breaking ball. Called strike 2. Is Schumacher able to work it full?
Yeah, Dale completely fooled on that one. He was sitting fastball all the way. The moment that came out, he was taking.
Pitch. Just fouled off. Pierre unable to hold on to it. Looks like it maybe hit him on the thigh as he walks off the welt. One of the deeper counts we've seen here early in this ball game. I think we've only had 1 other full count.
Yeah, a lot of early swings, a lot of early contact.
Game just continuing to move along. 3-2 pitch again from Schumacher. This one popped, fair territory. Red Sox infield converge on it. Cantor calls everybody off, makes the grab. It's a 1-2-3, top of the 3rd. For Aiden Schumacher on the mound. Keeps the score at donuts. Red Sox will get their 3rd try here on a Thursday night here on Flow Sports. We'll be right back.
As we read out the latest numbers. Good luck to everyone. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6,
Regina will turn the lineup over here, bottom of the third inning, but it gets started with the number 9 hitter, Mason Tafoya. Slotted down in the lineup despite a hot start to the year. Was 0 for 3 on Tuesday night. 4 for 19, 211, but a guy who makes contact, still gets on base at 375, the OBP. He also has 4 stolen bases, so can be a guy that could be good in the 9 spot. This one popped into center field. Under it is Schnabel, and he makes the grab a few feet in front of the warning track. Second time now through the order for Brant Spencer, and he's been solid so far. What are you looking for now out of the young righty as he goes against some tough Regina batters for a second time?
I'll be honest, for Regina, their approach kind of coming into Spencer, they haven't really seen too much out of him. 32 pitches already, getting 2 1/3 of the way through, only allowing the 1 hit. He's done a really good job of, hitting the outer parts of plates to lefties like we're seeing here with Cantor. That matchup he's really favored, which he shouldn't be. They haven't really, he's induced a lot of fly balls. He's been really good for his first start of the year after coming off a rough outing his last time out.
He was the pitcher of record in that opening night game, and if you remember, 1 week ago, these two teams matched up to start the season. Medicine Hat got out to a 6-0 lead. Regina came all the way back, scored 8 runs in the 9th, including 3 off of Brant Spencer, but none of them earned. And Spencer only working 2/3 of an inning. That's his only appearance of 2026 so far. 3-1 count now to Cantor. He fouls this one off as the count goes full.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Medicine Hat, even last night against Swift Current, in a game that didn't even go 9 innings, by the way, it only went 8 against the 57s. They come out really well to start the game, while the Red Sox, they're a lot more of a late finishing team.
Full count pitch, hit up the middle. Not going to get there is Johnny Volcano. 1 out single here for Mason Cantor as he gets on the board after going 0 for 5 on Tuesday night.
And you can see Cantor kind of simplifying his game. If Spencer is going to keep throwing outside to lefties, he's just got to take those. And he took 3 straight there to bring it to 3-1, where he's able to get 1 over the plate, times it well, and puts it in the center.
Smart was so good on Tuesday night in that 11-10 loss. He had 4 hits in 6 tries, drove in 2 runs. 9 for 22 early in this season is the second baseman. His 3rd season up here in Regina. He was here in 2023, not here in 24, and then was on that 2025 championship roster a year ago. That one in there for strike 2. Looked like a little bit of a slider there out of Spencer. Crossing the plate. 1-2 pitch. Grounded up the middle. Double play ball. Volcano underhands it to Dale. The throw to first is in time. 6-4-3. Spencer gets out of the inning. We're through a 3rd here at Curry Field on a Thursday night. Medicine Hat and Regina. Score is 0-0 after some great defensive sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have got 3 fantastic kids. Big round of applause for these kids. We've got, look at this class.
Yeah, maybe while there's daylight.
Top of the fourth inning. Still locked in a 0-0 ball game. Let's take a quick look at that out-of-town scoreboard. 6 WCBL games going on tonight. Interesting situation with Okotoks and Brooks. That area of the province, Medicine Hat Brooks, throttled with rain over the last few days. So the field in Brooks not playable. They're actually playing in Okotoks with Brooks as the home team. The Dogs lead 3-0, top of the third there. Bouchard Miller Express are on the road in Saskatoon, where they're down 5-1, bottom of the second inning. The Berries lead that one. Another strike as Schumacher ahead 2-0 early on Evan Morrison. Weyburn Beavers and Swift Current 57s, top of the third. Weyburn leads 5-2. This one popped. Foul territory. Pierre chasing after it at the screen. They're going to watch it go into the crowd. Sylvan Lake Gulls hosting Energy Cities with the Gulls ahead 2-0 on the Cactus Rats. And in Lethbridge, Fort McMurray Giants down 5-1 to the Bulls at Spitz Stadium. And of course, 0-0 here at Curry Field, top of the fourth inning. Elliot.
Yeah, we have blazed through 2 efficient working pitchers, 2 high swing, early swing teams. It's kind of the compound you're going to get here.
Schumacher 0-2 pitch, lined into right field. That's a base hit for Morrison. And he will take a couple steps towards second, but trot back. First hit of the night for the number 3 hitter, Evan Morrison. 6th hit of this young season.
This is kind of what we saw out of the Red Sox in the bottom of the third. We kind of get through that first run of the lineup. Everyone gets used to the starter and his mechanics and his wind-up and such like that. And there we see Morrison get a hold of one really well hit into right. If that was hit any faster, he has a chance at 2. But that'll turn things over to the cleanup hitter, Roth, who has, as you mentioned, been off to a decent start. This is a dangerous spot for the Mavs.
Roth shows bunt.
Whoa.
Unable to make contact, but he bunted through it. Called strike 1. Sorry, I guess technically swinging strike 1. Regina currently 2nd in the East Division, albeit early. Just 1 game back in Saskatoon. This one popped under it. Pierre and Roth looking to advance the runner. Interesting for a guy who had 111 hits in college this year, trying to lay down a bunt.
Yeah, and a guy 2nd on the team in base hits with 9. Only Blake Dale with 10. Like, that is, I don't know if that's the coach's call. I don't know if that's his, but putting your cleanup guy out there to bunt.
And I mean, he was showing bunt from the first pitch of the at-bat.
Yeah, with your first baseman on first, I get you trying to manufacture runs, it being a tight game, but that is a really gutsy call.
He's the cleanup guy for a reason.
But Red Sox will take it here with 1 out, defense playing the shift.
Carson Chan hit a hard liner to center field to lead off the second inning. It was an out, however. Fouls off the first one here. So he's 0 for 1 on the night. Went 3 for 6 on Tuesday against Swift Current. Scored 2 runs, hit a double, drove in 5. Did Chan.
Yeah, and that's been all his RBIs in this season was in that game. And you'd imagine maybe this is why get the bunt down, get a guy who's been good with runners in scoring position.
Throw over, Toger unable to make the grab, but doesn't get far enough away from him to allow Morrison to advance. Now, Medicine Hat has scored 52 runs to this point of the season, and with 24 of them last night, that leaves 28 remaining. The rest of the game, or rest of the year. Swing and a miss here from Carson Chan as he falls behind 0-2. So they still average about 7 runs a game, not including Tuesday's 24-run game. If you do indeed include Tuesday night, they score about 9.8 earned runs through their first 5. Pitch a little high. Chan takes the ball, count 1-2.
And for a team ERA, they're throwing about 11.5 runs a game, which is mostly a lot because of their bullpen. Obviously, start of the year, ERA super spiked. Their starting rotation has been solid, but it's that bullpen that's been trouble for them.
Ball ball in the dirt. Good pick behind the plate by Mateo Pierre. Haven't had a chance to talk to him, but I do want to talk to Mateo and figure out what the baseball scene is like in France. Probably a newer sport there. Not a ton of players, I'd imagine. Ball low and in the dirt again. As Chan able to work the count full.
Yeah, that would be an interesting scene. Kind of, there are a lot more stories coming out from around Europe. We hear Adam Mako growing up in Ireland. We see the Netherlands of the WBC.
Quick look over at Morrison leading off of first. Chan at the plate. Schumacher, 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. The throw back to Morrison on the pickoff attempt. But it's another strikeout for Aiden Schumacher.
And the second one for Schumacher. Really good inside pitch. Heads up play by Pierre to throw over. Just a little off target. Pierre, he's done a good job blocking balls. He's done a good job calling the game. His throws have been a little bit suboptimal, but again, younger guy, started the season, his first year of summer ball. He's going to get acclimated for sure. And not exactly the play you expect him to make.
Eric Calder drew a walk first plate appearance back in the second inning. Here's his second plate appearance. Takes a first pitch strike. Calder with Tabor College, the Blue Jays, 30 games, 31 hits, hit .310. 22 runs scored, 7 doubles, 5 homers, 30 driven in. On base percentage, .455. This one slicing foul. Just missed the white chalk down that left field line by a couple feet. Slugged .530 with an OPS of .985 with the Blue Jays this year. So Schumacher had 0-2 here with 2 outs. Top of the 4th inning. This one hit into center field. That's playable for Tafoya. Gets under it. Fly ball. Mavs leave another runner, this time on first base. And Schumacher through 4 scoreless will return here on Flow Sports with the Red Sox coming back to the plate when we return.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archive game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Leading off the 4th inning for the Red Sox.
Brant Spencer solid through 3 innings. He's given up just 2 hits. He's got 4 strikeouts, and man, did he roll up a great little double play ball to end that 3rd inning. Great defensive plays behind him as well. Alex Rue leads off the bottom of the fourth as one of these teams looking to break through on the scoreboard. I suppose one of them has to eventually, right?
That's what the theory should say.
That one outside as Rue jumps ahead 2-0 to lead off this inning.
There we see Spencer again. Whenever he's throwing anything off speed, he is extremely cautious to leave it over the plate. It's either coming across towards the righty or away.
That's a fastball. Popped. Johnny Volcano, the shortstop, he's the first one to call on it. And he makes the grab in behind second base for out number 1.
Third baseman, number 2,
Brady Bye comes to the plate. He popped up his first plate appearance, so the average now has dipped below 500. But man, what a start to this 2026 season for the Regina kid.
I mean, Brady, going after last year, he really progressed. You can kind of see his progression ever since he was an affiliate player coming in with Martin. Coming in this year, a lot of expectations, and I don't think it's an understatement to say that he has met those in these first couple of contests. He has gone under everything. To say he's a fly ball hitter, again, really an understatement. He is such a good power bat, such a good guy that the Red Sox can just put in the 4 spot, kind of close their eyes and expect really good things out of.
So that one misses the bottom of the zone on the pitch from Spencer. By ahead 3-0. Brady has not drawn a walk yet this year. And Spencer's going to get the call out of Kevin Manzik there.
Yeah, by taking all the way, obviously, he's usually an early swing kind of guy. Again, like the rest of this Red Sox lineup, everyone just eager to get off to that good start.
3-1 pitch to Bye, and there's ball 4, so he'll take the walk down to first base. First drawn walk for Brady here in game number 6. But he's only struck out 2 times as well. He's been making contact, and it's been hard every time he swings the bat.
Yeah, he's really swung through it. Being a lefty, he gets across on those right-handed pitches. They come into him. He's able to just send it over that short porch.
After the walk, Martinez thinking Spencer's going to come into the plate, so he swings at the first pitch, but he fouls it back to the screen.
Now, one thing with that is we haven't seen too much of Brady as a runner, or at least as a runner on first.
Did steal 2 bases on Sunday. There he goes again. Pitch here. King. And a third stolen base for Brady Bye.
He's not a catcher anymore, that's for sure. At least that's his mindset as a third baseman. He knows he's got to be a little bit better on the base paths, and 3 stolen bases, almost as many home runs. It's a bit of a crazy stat to say. But now in scoring position, 1 out, Red Sox definitely threatening.
1-1 pitch to Ty Martinez. Pitches outside, gets away, but not far enough from Nate King to allow Bye to advance. Wind is not hard, but it is blowing out to center field currently. I believe we're blowing around a couple miles an hour. This one hit into right field. That one's going to drop, bounce off the wall. They're going to wave Bye around third. Martinez, RBI double, and the Red Sox draw first blood and jump ahead 1-0.
There we see Martinez waiting on it. The left-hander, pulling across. Bye gets a really good jump. He will score very easily.
Looks like Adam Volcano out there in right just got a tough read. Took a couple steps in and towards his left, but the ball was actually out and towards his right.
Maybe that was part of the win, but Martinez definitely looked like it got under his bat, and Volcano thought so too, but as he said, just a little bit to the side of him, and the deadlock is broken. Red Sox up 1.
Will Toger takes a first pitch strike. Red Sox with the first lead of this ball game. Great hitting out of the 4 and 5 spots for Regina's. Toger takes a pitch. Toger already with a hit this evening. Toger in the 3 matchups against Medicine Hat already, now 5 for 14. This one hit up the middle. That's going to at least advance the runner. The play at first is in time. Great throw by Johnny Volcano to get Toger, but another productive out at the plate from Regina as the runner advances the third.
And I'll send up Kirklowitz again. We see another left-handed pitcher. These are kind of been the matchups that at the start Spencer was really winning, but heading here into the bottom of the fifth, he is now starting to struggle. That's that's Martinez. Now Kirklowitz, real chance to double this Regina lead.
First pitch curveball out of Brant Spencer. Nice little bender in there for strike one. One pitch in there for strike two as he mixes it up and goes with the fastball there.
You can see Kirklowitz definitely waiting on it. The moment that thing came out with some speed, he was holding off.
0-2 pitch. Check swing, did not go around. Kirklowitz able to hold up. They did check down to Sean Wetherell down the third baseline. So now the 1-2 pitch from Spencer. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Down goes Kirklowitz. But it is the Regina Red Sox on the RBI double by Ty Martinez, which scores Brady by. They have a 1-0 lead as we go to the top of the fifth inning here at Curry Field on a Thursday night. Stay with us. Lots of baseball here on Flow Sports.
Leading off the fifth inning.
Ryan Reed's ball club will come back to the plate now with a deficit after Regina Red Sox score first. And man, what about the work by Aiden Schumacher through the first 4 innings? He's stranded each batter, which has reached base. First pitch strike to Johnny Volcano. It is the 7-8-9 hitters, Johnny Volcano, Nate King, Adam Volcano, that do up for Medicine Hat this inning. This one hit hard up the middle. Cantor diving, but it gets past him and into center field. Leadoff single for the shortstop.
That's really good out of Volcano. That's really good. Able to wait on that. Saw the first pitch off speed inside. Knows he's probably coming back with fastball. Sees it a little bit high in the zone. Great diving play by Cantor, trying to make that play and maybe keep that 1-2-3 inning alive for his pitcher, who, if this lineup probably turns over, you're not looking at a great statistical outlook for your starter, and you don't want to go to that pen too early, especially after just a couple nights of rest.
That pitch high. Nate King did not play on Tuesday night. In fact, his last game was Saturday here at Curry Field against these Red Sox. Went 3 for 5 with a run, scored, also batted a run in and struck out. 1-0 pitch. That one's low and in the dirt. King, a 20 RBI guy, kind of splitting time behind the plate with Jamal Chabot. It's ahead 2-0 here after the leadoff single by Johnny Volcano. Slider in there for strike number 1. Now, one thing that I will mention is if you were watching the broadcast on Sunday between these two teams, speaking of Chabot, left the ball game with an injury. Haven't seen any updates. Again, Chabot did not play on Tuesday in Swift Current. Three-one pitch here from Schumacher to King. Bender in there for strike number 2, fills the count.
And for what it is worth, Chabot not listed on the lineup for this evening's game, on the bench.
3-2 pitch. Low and away as King works the walk, and with no outs, the Medicine Hat Mavericks have gotten the first 2 batters on here in the top of the 5th as they look to draw even and potentially take their own lead.
With none out, Volcano, this is his spot to really come up. Another returning player, but he has been the anomaly. He has really struggled to kind of get this year going, batting 9th. Been a solid defensive player alongside his namesake in
Brady By has come in on the edge of the infield grass as Volcano shows bunt, but he fouls it to the screen. Defense thinking that Volcano will be giving himself up here to get 2 runners into scoring position.
And if you are the shortstop here, if you're Cantor, you're not cycling over to third. Going to try to make that throw to second and see if you can double him up. Let the man go to third with 2 outs.
Doesn't show bunt here. Pitches low in the dark. Gets away from Pierre, but not far enough for Johnny Volcano to get on base, or advance a base rather.
I wonder, maybe 1 strike, maybe the infield playing in, that bunt might just be off.
Quick look back at Johnny at second. Comes to the plate just a little high on the fastball. 2-1 the count.
Well, at least it was off there. I think now with that infield in, you're not too confident about that play being tight enough and that bunt being good enough.
Pitch. Swing. Misses, does Volcano. So Schumacher works the count even at 2-2. Pierre gives the sign. Schumacher likes it. Here's the set. Now the delivery. This one popped foul and out of play in behind the seats. Well to our right as the kids go chasing after it.
Now, if you're your Schumacher here, a strikeout would be absolutely huge. You still have that 1 ball left to throw, so I think maybe off-speed pitch towards the inside to righties has been going good. Imagine Volcano might be sitting fastball early in the count, seeing a couple of them.
2-2 pitch now. This one fouled back. Again, Volcano also was the pitcher who started on Sunday afternoon. Clear utility guy. We were saying too, he actually didn't have any pitching appearances with his college team. He's also from Doane University, but he did pitch a couple times last year for the Mavs. 2-2 pitch again, high. Works the count full here. No outs. Johnny Volcano leading off a second. Nate King's over at first. As the Mavs pressing to try and get on the scoreboard here. We do have some action in the Red Sox bullpen. Swing and a miss. Down goes the number 9 hitter, Volcano. Big first out.
I was going to say, I was really interested by that kind of pitch selection from Schumacher. Nearly 5 fastballs in a row, 2 of them fouled off. There he gets towards the top of the zone, the swing and the miss from a guy who does strike out a lot. So I guess trying to give him some kind of offering, something to get his eye peeled on. But now turning out the lineup, this is a big spot for the Red Sox starter.
Pitch here to Schnabel, sorry.
And that slider, he started a lot of righty batters today with that exact same pitch coming right across. Pitcher's duck it, or the batter, excuse me, tucks in. And that is such a good way to start in that bat. He might come right back with it.
On one pitch, high and away. That is Quinn Boreen warming up in the Red Sox pen. Boreen does have one appearance on the year already. Back to the action at hand. Schumacher, 1-1 pitch. This one hit into left field. Chasing after it is Rue. He'll make the grab in fair territory for out number 2. And the runners retreat back to their bases after the fly ball.
And with it being the left runners have to stay halfway. They're really fortunate they're already on time with it. It was able to pull it really well. Some decent power on it. But Rue tracking it with the sun, just still up at 7:30. That's something I guess we got to get used to as the year gets a little bit later, but able to fight it off. Really smart play out of the left fielder.
Could not have asked for a better Thursday night of baseball, I don't think. Still cool enough. Oh, this one bounces off the heel of the glove of Mason Cantor and into left field. One runner is going to score. The throw also gets away from By. And so the Mavericks score their first run of the evening to draw even.
Yeah, that's really poor out of the shortstop Cantor, who's had a pretty good game so far. It does go through the runner. I'd imagine that's going to be scored an error on Cantor and then likely a throwing error on Cantor as well over to third.
Yeah, the error charge to Mason Cantor on the fielding play. But just the one, no throwing error as well.
Okay. Because it looked like Dale was pulling up at first, and when that throw went to the backstop, he went to second, but they'll...
Yeah, I would still, like Dale, yes, would advance on the throw, but not a throwing error.
This is a good decision here by Red Sox pitching coach Zane Paulin, just former Red Sox himself, coming out, walking over his guy, walking over his starter. 2 outs, still a lot of room to work with. Still got a lot more game that he could be looking at. 1 unearned run.
So after the quick chat, 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs. Schumacher should have got out of the inning there, I think. Instead, he'll have to go against Evan Morrison, who's already 1 for 2. Pitch in there, strike 1. Good pitch to get ahead in this count. Nate King leading off a third. Blake Dale off a second. Schumacher sets. Now the pitch. Outside, evens the count at 1-1.
I know that's a bit of a tougher play. Sorry to go back on that play, but at short with it going through the runner. But man, if you're Schumacher, you know, you don't want to turn this over to the lefty, to a guy who hasn't been put out yet today.
1-1. Fouled back by Morrison, and now Schumacher just 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. Boreen looks like he's close to ready if he does indeed get the call. Pitch here to Morrison, 1-2. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Pierre picks it up. The throw almost gets over Toger's head, but he's able to leap, make the grab, and come down on the base. That could have been dangerous.
Yeah, I don't think this Red Sox faithful could have withheld another error. We talked about kind of Pierre's throwing being a little bit underwhelming, but then, man, that was nearly a disaster.
The Red Sox, though, will come back to the plate in a tie ball game as Medicine Hat draws even here in the 5th inning. It's now 1-1 as we cross halfway here Monday, Thursday night at Curry Field. Through halfway here on a Thursday night at Curry Field in Regina, Saskatchewan, Medicine Hat, Regina Red Sox locked in a 1-1 ball game. And we'll just remind you, if you're looking for the highlights of this game or any game across the WCBL, head to the Western Canadian Baseball League's YouTube page for all the baseball content that you need through this summer. Brent Spencer back on the mound working. First pitch straight to Mateo Pierre. 8-9-1 hitters come to the plate for Ryan Pathakos. Mateo Pierre leads off. Mason Tafoya, Mason Cantor, the due up. This one swinging, pop to the screen, and back for foul, strike number 2.
This is a big inning for Regina, obviously turning the lineup over, but you're turning it into Samard, potentially into By, and if you can maybe get a run or two, knock the starter out of this game. Medicine Hat only one lefty on their active lineup, and he has yet to make an appearance, that being with Danny Retzlaff, meaning you're all in likelihood going to go righty-lefty against Brady.
Pitch here from Spencer outside as Mateo Pierre now in an even 2-2 count. There's a righty throwing out there, although not necessarily warming up too quickly. Just kind of tossing the ball, getting loose. That pitch low and away for ball number 3 fills the count.
Spencer did a really good job the last inning, able to get out of a bit of a jam, striking out the last guy, and
he strikes
number
out
6.
Mateo Pierre here, swinging. Second time he's set down the catcher this evening.
You know, to start this season, you know, Pierre coming out of the bullpen, you wonder, hey, what's this Mavericks starting rotation going to look like? But if he can play any way like he has tonight, then, you know, Spencer, he's got a real spot in the starting 5.
Brings Mason Tafoya back to the plate. Check swing, called a strike. Working quickly. Tafoya shows bunt, drops it in front of the mound, and he's going to beat out the play with no throw. Just lays it down. Put it right in no man's land.
And that's right on that infield grass. That's just going to come right to a halt. Leans into it. That is perfect as you draw it up. Not just keeping the bat square, he is pushing it and getting that bit of a head start. That's what you expect out of your 9-hitter, and you know, when hits are hard to come by for for this Regina squad.
Runner goes. The play at second. Throw is not in there.
Whoa.
As Tafoya swims over the tag for a stolen base.
And King, that was a really great throw down, just maybe a little bit high for the shortstop Volcano to get down. But there you see, wow, what a swim. That left hand just pulls it back. Great base running here from Tafoya. Check a look at this again. Pulls it back at the last second, puts it right back down, keeps his foot on. And it's another stolen base.
Great call out of the umpire, too, to see that.
So the Red Sox using small ball here with 1 out.
Mason Cantor, leadoff batter, 1 for 2. He's ahead 2-0. Now a runner in scoring position after the stolen base by Tafoya. Pitch by Spencer. This one. Soft liner to Johnny Volcano. And now Cantor's had 2 of those kind of go off the end of the bat to the shortstop.
It's been a little bit late on that, and Volcano's been the beneficiary. Again, we see the smart base running. Tafoya heading back. Now we'll see how aggressive Samard will be here with the runner on.
Smart last timed up, grounded into a double play. Beautiful 6-4-3 out of the Medicine Hat defense. Takes the first pitch strike there.
Again, we're seeing Schumacher, or excuse me, we're seeing Spencer come across with that first pitch slider, coming across to righties. Really likes opening his at-bats with that.
That one catches the outer part of the plate on the fastball as Spencer works it Samard inside then out. Inside with the soft stuff, outside with the hard ones. And he's ahead 0-2. Samard calls time. Regathers his thoughts and steps right back in. Quick look back at Tafoya. This one pop foul and in behind us here in the booth. Boring looks ready to come in for Regina in relief if needed. Runner goes. Pitch on the outer part, called strike 3, and Justin Samard doesn't like it. Letting Manzik know. They're having a quick little conversation here. Samard knows Manzik. He's been here, both these players. So Samard double checking where that one crossed over, but nonetheless, it's a called strike 3. Score remains 1-1 as we head to the 6th here on Flow Sports.
Okay, let's see. DJ Shockingly Amazing is going to play a song here. You have to identify this.
Service and trusted support you can count on.
Quick look at this last pitch strikeout against Justin Samard for Brant Spencer.
Yeah, Samard was a little bit upset, thinking it was a little bit outside. There we see the catcher and King able to bring that one back in a bit, but I do think it kind of cut the corner. Smart, obviously a bit more experienced in this league, has seen some of those pitches before, but gets rung up on it. I think just with 2 outs, being the last guy out, he's a little bit more upset, trying to let his feelings be known.
Appreciate Kevin Manzik behind the plate as well to be. This one hit hard into center field, into the gap. Roth is going to get that, bounce it off the wall. Tafoya plays it on a hop throws it back in. Leadoff double for Roth. Just to finish that thought, Kevin Manzik behind the plate. Appreciate him giving Samard the time of day to air his grievance, but also explain himself as well, while doing so without not throwing out the batter.
Yeah, early season, tie game, low scoring. You know, strikeouts like that, they do happen. Smart maybe didn't get the best look at it. He does play a lot really into the batter's box, so he kind of feels like those outside pitches aren't as hittable to him.
So leadoff double by Carter Roth. First hit of the night for the third baseman Roth. That brings Carson Chan to the plate. First pitch swinging is Chan. Chan's 0 for 2 with a line out to the center fielder. And then struck out swinging last plate appearance in the fourth. Chan 6 for 22 coming in. Had a double and a triple. He actually hit that triple against Regina on Saturday.
Yeah, interesting how the Red Sox are setting up defensively here. They have by middle of the dirt, and then they're shifted to the pull of Chan extremely heavily.
While also holding Roth on at second slightly is Cantor. That pitch called a strike. Great comeback pitch by Schumacher. Boring out there, still throwing, staying warm. Shall he be called in? Well, down the left field line in the Red Sox bullpen, we believe it's Sire warming up down there. Pitch here from Schumacher, low and away. Good block by Pierre as the count moves to 2-2.
After that leadoff double this inning, it's going to be a bit of a battle for Schumacher.
Pitch here. In there. Did he go? No, he did not, says Sean Wetherill. So the count goes full. We're in the top of the sixth. Schumacher has thrown 82 pitches to this point of the ball game. Still working quite efficiently. He's given up just the one run. It was unearned as well. Full count pitch in there, and that one hit Chan on the elbow in the full count, and Ryan Pathakos is going to come out and pull his starter in this situation, it looks like.
Yeah, this is the right choice. Schumacher, he tried to attack inside to the lefty Chan. Here just gets a little bit too tight on that fastball.
Yes, indeed. Here comes Quinn Boring into the ball game in relief of Aiden Schumacher. We'll introduce you to the new pitcher when we return here on Flow Sports. Quinn Boring enters the ball game. The Regina kid who made a couple appearances as a affiliate, but here's a look back at the night by Aiden Schumacher. Is still responsible for the 2 runners on base. Worked 5+, gave up 4 hits, walked 2 batters, struck out 4, and then hit the last batter that he saw. A real solid starting effort out of Schumacher, out of Edgewood University, the Eagles.
They're really strong, especially seeing a team for the second time so early, only allowing the 1 unearned run. He allowed Warren's first start, which was a pretty dominant Red Sox win. This one a lot more closer, but that's kind of what you're hoping for out of a Red Sox team that has gotten almost a little bit too used to this Medicine Hat squad. Now Boreen facing a very interesting situation with the 2 on. Defense still playing a pull.
The first pitcher Boreen will see is Eric Calder. Calder 0 for 1 on the night. Drew a walk first plate appearance and then flew out to center field last time up. That was in the 4th to end the 4th inning. Boreen's second appearance of the season for him. Worked 3 2/3, gave up 4 hits against Moose Jaw. This one popped foul by Calder. Gave up 2 runs, both earned in that appearance, 2 walks, and hit a batter. He's got an ERA of 4.9 currently, does Boreen. 1-1 pitch here to Calder. This one hit towards the second baseman. That's going to get past Samard. They're going to wave around Roth. He will come across. RBI single as Medicine Hat takes their first lead of the ball game.
Good play there from Calder, able to wait on that off-speed pitch and get under it just a little bit. Samard unable to make that play. Kirklowitz had a little bit of a play at home, but he was just unable to come up with it cleanly. Great heads-up base running by the man on second, Roth. And the inning continues here for Medicine Hat. Still none out, still 2 on.
Johnny Volcano, 1 for 2 on the evening. Came in batting .250, 3 for 12 in the first 5 games. He played 3 of them. That's a great pitch out of Quinn. Boreen for strike number 1.
Don't think about beer.
For Regina, they only have 1 left-handed reliever as well. A 1 pitch. This one hit into left field. It's popped and looks playable for the shortstop Cantor. As Regina able to get the first out of this inning.
That's a big one now. Double play, in effect, ends the inning for Boreen. If he can just get out of this with the 1 hit, Red Sox could be looking at a relatively clean day from the bullpen that has, again, been really good with Boreen, with Udi Zenger. If they can turn it over to those late reliever guys, especially here with the end of the order coming up.
Still 2 runners on. It's Carson Chan leading off his second with Eric Calder on first. Up to the plate here is Nate King as he lines the first pitch of the at-bat into foul territory.
I know it's only through 1 appearance, but Boreen, the 1.88 whip. So a little bit higher than you'd like for maybe a reliever, but still pretty impressive for a Red Sox veteran.
And the whip for Regina pitchers coming into today was 2. Regina pitchers were striking out about 9 batters, a little bit more than 9 batters through their first 9 games, but also given up 7 walks per 9 innings with an ERA of 8. 1-1 pitch here from Boreen. That one's in the dirt. Good block by Pierre. Chan was about a third of the way to third, but had to retreat back with no throw from the catcher. King 0 for 1, but he has drawn a walk. He was stranded on third in the 5th inning. Came into today 4 for 8. This one into the gap. That one's going to drop. They'll hold everybody up, though, play station to station with 1 out. So now the base is loaded for the number 9 hitter, Adam Volcano.
May King late on it just a little bit, reaches, kind of pokes at it. Just able to get under it a little bit. Kirklitz fields it cleanly that time, able to hold the run and keep Burine's evening still somewhat intact. Corners are going to play in here with the 9 hitter Volcano up. He's yet to get on base yet. Red Sox looking to keep that streak going.
Good news for Quinn Boreen as well. Ground ball here could end the inning. Volcano not slow, but I wouldn't say he's the fastest guy in the league. Pitch here. Swing and a miss.
And that's good from Pierre, not letting it get behind him. He's got a couple pass balls this year, nothing too crazy. But even keeping that to the side of him, pitcher can come in, pitcher can come cover first. And it is Chan on third, so anything slow, he's going to be hustling to home at, because that's where the play is probably going to be.
Pierre gives the sign. Here's Boreen with the delivery. Great pitch in there for strike number 2 as he gets ahead of Volcano 0-2.
Now it looked like a curveball, a bit more vertical break than the slider. We'll see 0-2 if he maybe stays high. They'll set up away.
Pitch grounded, foul, says Kevin Manzik.
And that was by inches just over the third base bag on the wrong side of it. By really had no play playing in and a little bit more towards second.
That's a tough call for the home plate umpire to make. It's a fast chopper down the line. Crew tonight has been solid. So count remains 0-2 for Adam Volcano. Quinn Boreen looking to get out of this inning with just the 1 run against. That one low and in the dirt. Good block by Pierre. Volcano last year, 5 games against Regina, 3 for 14 in those appearances, but had an on-base percentage of .400 still. This one popped behind second base, and Samarin makes the grab. That's a huge out here in the 6th.
That is not what Volcano wanted at all. If that's even a little bit deeper, gets a chance at that. He's expecting more off speed. That stayed up in the zone just a tad, and it's the kind of contact that Regina was looking for. Now, ground ball, any base, the play, but a leadoff hitter who the Red Sox have retired the last 2 times in Schnubel.
If you're Samard there, do you think about knocking that one down and going for the double play?
That's a tough one for sure.
Was the infield fly on maybe? Leadoff hitter, Thomas Schnabel. 4th plate appearance of the night. He is 1 for 3. Single, ground ball to third, and a fly out to left field for the guy patrolling center field for Medicine Hat. Swing and a miss here for strike number 1, evens the count. That was a really good fastball out of Boreen. Pierre the sign. Pitch popped out of play. And now Boreen, 1 strike away from getting through this tough spot he was thrust into.
Yeah, he is not shying away from Schnubel here. Fastball, fastball, fastball. Maybe setting up for off speed. He's throwing that curveball, that slider to the inner part of righties.
Chan off of third, sorry to cut you off. Calder off of second. Nate King at first for Medicine Hat. 1-2 pitch, just low as Schnabel works the count even.
Yeah, he set up that slider, but that was away. Trying to get Schnabel to get a look at it, as opposed to maybe trying to freeze him on the inner part. Now I wondered if maybe fastball's back in play.
Shakes off Pierre a couple times, but they figure out which one they like now. 2-2 pitch. That one off the mask of Pierre, and he kept it in front of him. Wow.
Yeah, that is really a miraculous block. It looked like that was going straight to the backstop. That was a wild one away. And that guaranteed would have been a run.
Yeah, that one definitely saved a run. Runners will be moving on the pitch, something that finds green, probably scores 2 for Medicine Hat. 3-2 pitch here with 2 outs. There go the runners. This one hit into center field. Chasing after it is Tafoya. He holds up in front of the warning track. Falling back, makes the grab, halts the rally. What a catch by Mason Tafoya in center field.
Tafoya kind of saw it the whole way, knew he had to run back at it, running to the track. Got a read on it, but it was a little bit over his head, lost his balance just a tad, falls into the gravel, but he'll take it any way he can get it. Red Sox just leave the 1 run, and a chance for them to come back here as we head to the second half of this contest.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
Sox left fielder number 36, Alex Rude.
New pitcher into the ball game for Medicine Hat as we lead things off here, bottom of the 6th inning. It is Jax Graham, the new righty for Ryan Reed.
So that'll end the night for Spencer, as we'll look at a first pitch for a strike. Spencer, 5 innings, 1 run. That run was earned with 4 hits, 1 walk, and a whopping 6 strikeouts across his 5 innings. A very impressive day.
7.
Excuse me, 7.
It's all good. Great night for Brant Spencer on the plate, and for Graham, comes out power and strikes through, ahead 0-2 on the number 3 hitter Alex Rue. Rue 0 for 2, strikeout, flyout here tonight. Here's the pitch. This one grounded towards the second baseman. Dale picks it up. The throw slightly offline. Able to pick it up was Morrison on the stretch.
Now this is the matchup that I think Medicine Hat were kind of thinking of putting in Graham. A guy who didn't give up a lot of hits his last time up against Brooks, against one of the better hitters in the league. It'll be righty-lefty. So we'll see how he attacks by here in a 1-run game.
By By drew a walk last time up, then later came around to score the game's first run of the ball game. Fastball away, check swing did not go around, did Brady.
Yeah, this is about the time where Regina's made a lot of their magic here in their opening 5 contests. As
big hack out of Brady by. No contact made though. Graham's second appearance of the year. He worked 4 2/3 of an inning against Brooks on Friday. This one popped foul and out of play by Brady by. Gave up 1 run. Struck out a batter, hit another. Also did not issue a walk in that appearance. Pitch to By. Fouled back. He liked what he saw with that one, just missed it.
Yeah, 1-2 fastball coming just a little off the plate by. That's the pitch you want, just got a little bit under it.
King gives the sign. Graham sets, and now the delivery to Brady By. Low and away. By currently leads the WCBL in runs batted in and in home runs with 4. That's 15 RBIs in 5 games. Swing and a miss here. Drop third strike, tag out by King.
And that is a huge out if you're Graham. You know, that was the guy that's going to be your toughest. You're heading into a warm part of the lineup. Martinez hasn't been put out yet, but and that is a really good one. He knows it too. Goes fastball away to By, not taking. Just mirrors it, puts it inside, and By makes him look silly.
Yeah, Martinez 1 for 2 with an RBI double, but struck out in the second inning. But it was a wild pitch, so he was able to reach first. Oh, 1 pitch here from Graham. Swing and a miss. Goes Martinez. We'll say drop third strike, wild pitch. It's not as common as you would think it is. You don't see them too often. Pitch from Graham, 0-2. Check swing, outside, did not go.
I don't think I saw King really appeal down to third there. That one looked a lot closer than I think it really was.
1-2 now the pitch. This one popped foul and out of play as Martinez looks to grind through an at-bat here. Two-1 ball game. Medicine Hat leads. We're in the bottom of the 6th now. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts in relief already. Out of Jax Graham. As he goes 1, 2, 3, scoreless. Bottom of the 6th. Out of the righty. Mavs up 2-1. Looking to add to their lead. As things roll on here on Flow Sports. Final third of our game still to come.
Grab a cold one at the beer shop.
this is a game that we have not been accustomed to watching out of these Regina Red Sox. A low-scoring affair, but what we have come accustomed to is the errors out of the Regina defense, and right now one error in the fifth inning seems to be the difference so far.
That was by the shortstop Cantor, who was through the legs of a runner, but he was just unable to make that play. Runner coming from second to third would come around to score and make it this 2-1 ball game. Still a lot to play. So one thing, yes, like you said, with the comebacks earlier on in this season, that's something we've also been accustomed to.
Quinn Boreen back out working, second inning of work. First full inning. I guess he worked one full inning the last time. We could close the book on Schumacher as well, who worked into the sixth inning, 5 full. Gave up 4 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 2 runs against, only one of them earned, and hit a batter on 83 pitches. Solid night in his second start of this year. I'm sure he's sick and tired of seeing the Medicine Hat Mavericks, though. 1-2 pitch here from Boreen. Swing and a miss. Down goes Blake Dale. First strikeout of the night for Quinn Boreen.
That's a good start for Boreen. You know, he came into the inning, allowed the 2 hits, allowed the 1 run, but shakes that off, gets him here. Now Morrison and Roth, they've been tough routes across the season and tonight. So this will be a real test for him. If he can get this and kind of lock down this Mavericks lineup, then Red Sox are in very good shape to potentially overtake them coming in the final 9 outs.
This one fouled back by Morrison. Morrison is 1 for 3, but he's been on base twice. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning. A soft grounder which went back to the pitcher, and the pitcher was able to get the unassisted putout between second and third. Then Morrison hit a single in the fourth and struck out in the fifth. And he's down 0-2 here.
Yeah, what a 0-1 pitch from Boreen. Just a high arcing curveball. That is really good pitch sequencing. Imagine now he just goes heater. You're going to set up a little bit away for it.
0-2. This one hit hard into right. Just pulled foul by Morrison.
Well, they were setting up away, and that came a lot more in. And that is not what you want for a hard-hitting lefty in Morrison. There you kind of see the damage of that a little bit early on at predicting that. Now, I wonder if maybe fastball's off here.
Count remains 0-2 to the lefty Morrison. That one just inside. That one looked more like a slurve or a sweeper, a little bit more left to right movement versus the 12-6 bender a couple pitches ago. So the count 1-2 to the first baseman. Pitch from Boreen. Fastball high and away outside, evens the count.
If you're Boreen here losing this batter, that is the last thing you're wanting with the 1 out in play, especially with Roth coming up, or Roth, excuse me.
So now the 2-2 pitch. Also a fastball away. And now the count full. You see Boreen just a little bit of frustration with himself there. Looks to work back and get Morrison. Pitch. In there. Called. Strike 3. Sits him down. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the 7th.
A really good job there to freeze Morrison. He went back with the off-speed right in that area. Drops it beautifully. He's been setting up for it, that whole at-bat. Now we'll see what he does against a righty. It'll be a totally different approach here against a much dangerous hitter.
Yeah, Carter Roth at the plate. 2 outs with the bases empty is a much different situation than 1 out runner on first. Boreen appeared in 8 games with Edmonton Collegiate. 2 starts, 0-1 record, 6.63 ERA in 19 innings. This one grounded foul along the third base line. That one also was foul barely. Gave up 23 hits, 16 runs, did Borain, 19 walks he issued, struck out 16 batters. He did have a whip of 2.2 and batters hit 291 off of him during his collegiate season up in Edmonton there with the Riverhawks. This one, can of corn into center field. And Tafoya will make the grab. 1, 2, 3. Go the Mavs here in the 7th. Score remains 2-1 on a Thursday night here at Curry Field. Red Sox down to their final 9 outs, but they are the comeback kids. We'll stretch here at Curry Field and be right back on Flow Sports. Bottom of the 7th inning with the Mavericks ahead 2-1. Be interesting to see how the Red Sox respond here after the great top half by Quinn Borain setting down the Mavs 1, 2, 3. Will Toger, Rain Kraklowitz, and Mateo Pierre the duo for Regina.
Yeah, not the hottest spot in the lineup if you're Regina. This is not exactly what you want to get up to spark this rally, but they have done it in many different ways.
This one popped foul territory, but Roth is going to let it go out of play. This part of the lineup, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2 for 8 tonight. Toger does have a hit, however. It's 1 for 2, single and a ground out in 3 appearances. Pitch here from Graham. This one pop foul the other way from Toger. Falls behind 1-2.
And there the off speed just a little bit late on it. And a little bit higher as well, so he couldn't get his barrel to where he wanted it. Now 1-2, he'll be playing protect. And if you're Graham, maybe setting up high fastball, something away perhaps.
That one right down the middle as he sets down Toger. 3 straight strikeouts out of Jax Graham in his 4 outs of this appearance.
Yeah, he is seeing it really well. Maybe a little bit up in the zone. Kind of thought Toger thinking that was going to be another pitch he could see, but really well done. Graham, if you can get through this inning scot-free, then we are looking at the Mavericks.
Hitter here is Rain Kraklowitz out of the ball game. Into the ball game is Chance Skalchuk. Takes the first pitch strike.
Deskalchuk, he came into the game against Saskatoon as a pinch runner. Maybe he'll try to make some action with the bat.
That one high. Two other appearances at the plate. He's 0 for 5 here early in the season. He has drawn 1 walk and struck out once, and he's scored 2 runs. So I imagine maybe he reached on a fielder's choice or a hit by pitch for the other run, which he scored. He's also from Regina, is Chance. Miles Community College. This one hit hard into center field. Going back on it is Schnabel. It's over his head. It's off the base of the wall. He's going to round first and trot into second standing up. Chance Deskalchuk starts the rally.
Well, this one just lifted and lifted and lifted deep into center. Schmuckel thought he was under it. Yeah, Deskalchuk just waits on it. Curveball gets a little bit too much of the bottom of the zone. And a really good job of the now right fielder. They'll put that in, hopefully start a rally.
How about Chance Deskalchuk's season at Miles Community College as a freshman? 46 games, 476 average, 68 hits. Trying to do the math here. 41 for extra bases. Swing and a miss here is Mateo Pierre, who's already struck out twice tonight. Drove in 76 runs, walked 22 times. He had a slug of 930, on base at 565, 1586 the OPS as a freshman.
Yeah, that's a bat I'm sure the Red Sox would like to get more out of as they try to solidify more of a veteran roster to start. But these are the moments that Deskalchuk need to take advantage of, and he does, as they get the tag on the drop third strike.
Third strikeout of the night for Mateo Pierre, as he just kind of struggled through this Thursday evening.
And again, it's early in the year, and you're facing a pitcher who has just been dealing.
Mason Tafoya singled and stole the base last plate appearance. Single here likely scores a run. And now the tying run is in scoring position for Regina. 1-0. That one's outside. 2-0 for Regina. They have trailed at some point in almost every game. The only game they didn't was Sunday afternoon here against these Mavs. So 4 of their 5 games, they've trailed at some point, and usually by a handful of runs. And for instance, on Tuesday, they were down 10-1, came all the way back and lost 11-10.
Yeah, Moose Jaw down by 9, came back and scored 9 in the 9th.
And Tafoya works the 4-pitch walk, and the lineup will turn over with 2 runners on base for Mason Cantor.
Tafoya's been good from the 9 spot. You know, the deep fly out to center, the bunt single and the stolen base. Now with the walk, he's been a tough guy to get out, and that's kind of what you're looking for with the guy at the bottom. Now with Cantor, you know, he got that base hit in the 3rd inning, but it's a much bigger spot. Still 2 out, so play it any bag.
Nate King, a veteran catcher behind the plate. He's a junior going into his senior year at Ashland University. Goes out, talks to his pitcher, gives him a little bit of encouragement. For Graham, only 1 pitch away from getting through this 7th inning. Pitch in there, called a strike to Cantor. Cantor 1 for 3. He has a single, and then his 2 outs have both been soft liners right to Johnny Volcano at short. Swing and a miss there. Foul tipped into the glove by Cantor. And he falls behind 0-2 quickly. Graham looking to get through the 7th. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Down goes Cantor. And the Red Sox with a chance to tie the ball game, squander the opportunity. And Medicine Hat stays out in front, 2-1. They'll bat top of the 8th after the break.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
Quick defensive substitution of note after coming in as a pinch hitter. Chance Diskalchuk has made his way out to left field, and in a corresponding move, Alex Roux has been moved over to right. Quinn Boreen out, third inning of work. Carson Chan takes a first pitch strike. Boreen has been solid in relief as we cross the 2-hour mark here. Great little bender there for strike 2.
It goes in, goes out. Chan doesn't really like either of those calls, but flips the zone regardless.
Chan 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch last plate appearance and then stranded on third by Boreen, who came in and cleaned up the damage, or the mess, I suppose. Chan fouls that one off to the left. Boreen, another young guy, again, freshman. A little bit of a turning over of the guard for Regina. This one, soft grounder towards the middle. Cantor plays it over to first in time. Out number 1.
Cantor, he's knowing this infield grass well. It's something that a lot of guys struggle with home and away, especially at short. When it takes that quick hop off the grass, it really cuts under for the fielder, but coming in makes a great read on it. It's been one of the reasons he has a couple errors on the season is he's misread those, but as the innings come in and as the playing time grows, he's going to see those really well. Now it's up for a hard out in Eric Calder.
First pitch swinging is Calder, but he grounds this foul towards the Red Sox dugout. Boreen just looking to get the bats back up to the plate with this lead, just 1 for Medicine Hat. This one grounded, also foul, a little bit closer to being in play. Do have another pitcher warming up in case Boreen gets into some trouble. Calder down 0-2, pitch low and in the dirt. He lays off that one. That's what I'm noticing most about Calder is he just doesn't take those hitter.
And he'll swing it a lot, but nothing out of the zone, that's for sure.
A guy that struck out only 22 times in his collegiate season. This one grounded towards Simard. Had to kind of back up on it as it rolled towards him. Makes the play nonetheless.
Again, a bit of an awkward one is the moisture in this dirt. You know, we've still played a lot of baseball, even though it's been so quick that dirt getting a little bit drier. So off that one hop, it's a little bit weirder for the second baseman. Still makes a clean play. A guy who's played in this infield for many years.
Shortstop Johnny Volcano back to the plate. 1 for 3. Ground out, single, pop up. The performance for the Doane University Tiger. There's a bunch of Doane University, including both Volcano brothers. Carter Roth. This one over the head of Cantor into left center. Volcano gonna round first, stop, and trot back. 2 out single for Volcano's second hit of the night.
This one kind of a fastball over the plate. Not sure if that's exactly the spot where Barine wanted it, but extremely hittable play. Volcano ties it up really well, and 2-out rally here for the Mavericks that know that insurance is going to be all the more valuable coming in these final couple of frames.
That brings Nate King to the plate. Caleb Orr down there warming up for Regina. There's also action on the Medicine Hat side as well. Graham has been solid in 2 innings of relief as well. A 1 pitch here from Boring to King. This one grounded up the middle towards Simard. He'll go the short way to second. And the Red Sox leave another runner on base tonight, and the score remains 2-1. It is just a 1-run lead for Medicine Hat. They'll look to keep it that way. New pitcher into the ballgame when we return.
This is for 400.
Tibbetts, the 6'6" righty out of Rollins College, registered sophomore. Is the year he just finished up. The right-hander will look to come in and get at least the 8th inning. Here in Red Sox team, again, we've talked about it a lot. They love to come back, but a fantastic affair from Jack Scram across his 2 innings of work. He allowed only with a 1 hit, the 1 walk, struck out a whopping 5, including all of the outs in the 7th. His walk and his base hit, which was a Diskalchuk double coming off of the bench, were also in that inning.
A little bit more pitching and defense-centered game here tonight after the through their first 5 games.
For Tibbetts, he has 1 appearance on the season. That was against Regina on the 31st of May. Went a full inning, allowing no runs on a hit, striking out 2, and only 19 pitches, so a very efficient inning to get the 3 punch-outs.
He will face the 2-3-4 hitters, Justin Simard, Alex Roux, and Brady Bai. First pitch swinging is Simard, and that gets under the glove of Blake Dale. Leadoff single here in the 8th for Justin Simard. His first hit of the night gets off the schneid. And he continues his hot start to the year.
Yeah, the hit streak goes on. That one just out of the reach of Dale, the second baseman. Thought he might have had a play on it. Everyone kind of held their breath, because if he makes that, it's a shorter throw. But now the rally, it's on here for Regina, with a decent runner at second as well.
Yes, Simard now with hits in all 6 games to begin this season. Roux shows bunt, goes back to the pitcher. They'll take the out sacrifice situation for Alex Roux. He did show bunt earlier in the game.
Yeah, nothing really cute about that one. Not trying to go up the third baseline, not trying to make it a tough play. Sending it right to a pitcher who just came into the ball game, is a whopping 2 pitches in. And you're making him maybe even think about overthrowing that one a second and just doing your job, tying run in scoring position.
Now, Brady Bond doesn't have a hit yet tonight. He has reached base via the walk. Later came around to score Regina's lone run of this ball game. Takes the first pitch low.
Yeah, this performance so far putting his home run streak in jeopardy. Not his hit streak, his home run streak.
3 games in this home stand, 4 home runs for Brady Bai.
Outfield is shifted towards Bai's pull side. The center fielder Schmubel, a couple steps offset the second base bag.
Bai came into the ball game 8th in the league in average, leading in home runs and ribbies. That one, good swing, fouled to the left side, just a little late.
Yeah, they're definitely pitching, not necessarily around him, not saying that at all, but they're pitching towards the outside of the zone. They're not giving him anything he can pull.
Oh, he'll make you pay for a mistake in the zone. No doubt about that. Count 2-1 to Brady Bai. Justin Simard leading off a second, 1 out here. Bottom of the 8th inning, Red Sox down 1. That one hard foul to the left side again.
And there you see it again, just by a little bit late on something away, just off the end of the bat. And this is such a key out. If you can get this towards the second half of this Red Sox lineup for the 9th or even later, despite the score, if you're in Medicine Hat, you are content with that.
Count even at 2-2. Pitch from Tibbetts. Emergency swing there by Bai. Able to make contact as he dribbles this one towards the third base coach. Fans with a little bit of encouragement here. Tying run is in scoring position. Look back at Simard leading off a second. Tibbetts comes to the plate. This one put in play. Roth pulls it in. The throw over to Morrison. And they get by. And they've been able to limit his damage so far tonight.
And maybe more importantly, that runner doesn't advance. That's the other key you get to pitching away to a lefty. Is if he's making contact, that is push all the way. Really good play from Roth. Keeps the runner on. Really good pitch sequencing. Really good strategy out of the Mavericks. Now with 2 outs, they have a chance to keep this lead going into 9.
Ty Martinez has driven in Regina's lone run. He had an RBI double in the 4th inning. One appearance in the 6th. And little conversation here with Tibbetts.
Andrew Bench, he came running out to Tibbetts just to see what he was. This looked almost like an emergency. Tibbetts was about ready to throw this 1-0 pitch. Really not sure what this could be about.
Could be a conversation as well to try and get King and Tibbetts back on the same page. Maybe the signs, maybe Simard. Maybe they think Simard has something.
That very well could be it. That's a great observation. Smart is he's kind of looking in over at second.
Even if he has nothing, they're making him think about it. Swing and a miss here by Martinez on the fastball. Of course, if a base runner is able to pick up the sign sequence and relay that to the batter, totally fine.
It's not really relaying anything.
That we can tell, at least.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
That pitch outside on the fastball by Tibbetts.
Man, that's such a tough take. Tibbetts' fastball, especially way to the lefty, has been so appealing. But it's just so hard to get contact out of. There is that big gap between 3rd and 2nd as they play the shift from Martinez to pull.
Counts 2-1 to Martinez. 2 outs here, bottom of the 8th. Great little breaking ball by Tibbetts has Martinez swinging over top.
I was talking about how pitching away to the lefty often gets the push, which worked really well with 1 out. Here with 2 outs and the shift, you're banking on Tibbetts just getting this guy out on his own.
2-2 count here with 2 outs. To the Red Sox DH. Called, strike 3. Tibbetts leaves the runner in scoring position and leaves the mound with the Mavs still ahead 1. We'll head to the 9th when things return here on Flow Sports. Another opportunity squandered by the Red Sox.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out.
What an outing by Quinn Boring in relief since coming into this ball game. He's given up 3 hits, including 1 to the first batter he faced, but since then has got out 9 of the last 11 Mavericks he's faced, and has not given up a run, except for the RBI single, which was that run not charged him, but he's been so solid.
And with only the 2 strikeouts, he's really allowed balls to be put in play, trusted his defense that has come up to play here in this second half of this game.
He'll face the 9, 1, and 2 hitters here in the top of the 9th. There was a pitcher warming up. He had sat down for a couple pitches, and I think after those two, Right Pathakos maybe motioned back over saying, hey, just be ready, stay ready. Pitch from Boring, that one right down the middle as he gets back in this count, 1 and 2. I believe it is Caleb Orr who's been warming up for Regina.
Yeah, at this point, more of a glass break situation. With the lineup turning over, though, we could see the 1 and 2 hitters could, or
Pitchers kind of having their way with the batters on both sides tonight. 2-2 pitch, low and in the dirt as Volcano lays off. Volcano 0 for 3. Oh, I think we had a pinch hitter. We got that's not Anna Volcano's number.
Oh, you're right. Wow, sorry, we missed that.
I apologize for that. Full count pitch. This one hit into right field. Chasing after it is Alex Rue. That one is gonna clear the wall. A home run.
Frankie Giacolone, the infielder out of San Diego and Mid-America Christian University, puts Manhattan up 2 to a deeper part of the park, out in right center. He was late on it off the end of the bat. That one just, again, kept carrying and carrying, and that's out over the wall.
It's hard to read those plays here at Curry Field, and especially with the games that we've had the past few nights here, that one just kept carrying. Didn't look like it was going to get over, but instead, a full count home run. And now some insurance for Medicine Hat. That's a big hit for these Mavericks, looking to close it out. Only the second home run a Red Sox pitcher has given up this year. 2-1 pitch here from Bourrine, pitches away, 3-1.
And that one was like pushed. That was way to the outside of the zone. And Giacolone coming off the bench, making an impact from the 9-hole. And very well could put Medicine Hat over the edge.
Batter is Schnabel, 3-1 pitch. High, and Schnabel works the walk, and looking over at Ryan Pathakos. He hasn't come out of the dugout yet.
No, but this is a good mound visit here by Pierre as he makes his way to the hill, and as will the Red Sox pitching coach Zane Paulin. I'll talk with the whole infield just to get everyone settled down. It's not at 1 on, and no, this isn't the spot where you want a pitcher coming in. This is where you want your late reliever kind of being able to get out of it.
Again, for Regina, just no panic. Get through this inning with it in reach. Blake Dale, number 2 hitter for Ryan Reed. Coming to the plate here, he's 0 for 4. He did reach on an error, however, tonight. Maureen finds the pitch he likes. This one hit into left field, pulled down the line, not able to get there is Deskalchuk. Big turn from Dale with Schnabel holding up at second.
Yeah, Schnabel did not read that one too well off the bat. He thought that one might have been going right to Deskalchuk and takes a sharp left and down. That very well could have put the runner at third if he was hustling and saw it, but instead he plays a little bit more cautious, plays halfway, gets to second, and now it's 2 on, none out, with the bullpen of Regina hustling hard here with the dangerous hitter.
So a home run, a walk, and a single issued by Boreen here in the top of the ninth. He's yet to record an out, with Regina looking to keep this one close and give themselves a chance in the bottom half.
There's usually a little jet stream out to that gap. Really, he hit it hard, I think he's just gone.
1-0 pitch now to Morrison. That one misses the bottom piece of the zone. Morrison 1 for 4. Hit a single, but was stranded there in the 4th inning. That went away, and Pierre gonna give a quick little vote of encouragement to his young righty. Again, Boreen only a freshman. This would be his 4th inning of work if Boreen can get through this. That one called a strike. Morrison thought it was ball 4.
Yeah, he had both hands on the bat ready to throw it towards dugout, but just clips the outer hedge.
Morrison still dangerous. Quick look back. Now he comes to the plate. That one outside, and there's the walk of Evan Morrison. And we'll see if Orr is going to come into the ball game. He is. And Orr going to be thrust into a tough.
Yep.
New pitcher into the ball game for the Regina Red Sox here with the bases loaded. It's Caleb Orr.
Yeah, Orr has made 1 appearance this season. That was against the Miller Express on the 29th. Not a great one for him. Across 2 1/3, he let 4 hits and 5 runs, all of them earned. He did strike out 1 and walked a whopping 5 across his 68 pitches. But they're looking to him to get out of this jam. Infield's going to play in here to the first batter he faces in Carter Roth. Dangerous player who the Red Sox have kept relatively off the stat sheet. Just the 1 hit where he did come around to score. That was the double in the 6th. And he grounded out to end the inning in the 7th.
Infield in, as they'll look to get the out at the plate on a ground ball hit towards a fielder, hopefully. Or Chorritos College sophomore out of Los Alamitos, California. Down 0-1 here to Roth. This one hit hard and through the infield, so that one's going to score 1. Waving around third is Blake Dale, sliding in there. They'll score a second, and now Medicine Hat leads 5-1.
Left fielder, number 15, Larson Chan.
Now that's just a fastball that gets a little too much over the plate. Roth waiting on it well, pulls it really well. And great base running there from Dale to stay on his horse. The throw was cut off, had to be. And now Medicine Hat inching that much closer to their first win against Regina this season.
And Regina had a chance tonight to almost win the season series. These guys will play 8 times this year. Their next meeting will be June 29th back here at Curry Field, and then they'll play 3 more games, July 10th, 11th, and 21st in Medicine Hat. This one fouled back and gets Pierre in the mask, and they're gonna take a second here. These can sometimes not look bad, but can be bad.
Yeah, this did not catch him in the right spot for Pierre. He's still a little bit woozy, doesn't know where he is, but this is the last thing that the Red Sox need.
Hodgins just came running in from the bullpen.
That is straight off. That's not even off the mask. That is straight off the helmet. And you can see immediately there, Chan, the hitter, went back to apologize.
You can see him motioning. You knew he was just... It's going to take a couple seconds here to collect his thoughts. We've seen Pierre be a guy who will block hard balls in the dirt. He's taken a couple off the mask already this season. But he's a guy that looks like, you know, he's going to go out there, he's going to battle. He'll be there behind the plate no matter what. So the count 1-1. Swing and a miss here by Carson Chan. As Orr gets ahead 1-2. Again, still no outs. Medicine Hat has brought 3 across already this inning. All the runs charged to Boreen. A little bit unfortunate because he was so good in the first 3 innings in relief. Count 2-2 to Chan. Look back at Evan Morrison leading off his second. That one in the dirt. So the count now full. Don't imagine the runners will be moving here with this no out situation. Pitch for Moore. Misses the zone. Ball 4. Another walk. And now 6 Mavericks have come to the plate, and all of them have reached. As Bethaco's just looking for somebody who will get an out.
And that'll force the infield in here with Calder. He's hit back in the 6th, that drove in a run. And now it feels like kind of the script is being flipped here against Regina. This light comeback, not usually supposed to go for the visitors.
Free spot already up against him. Pitch in there for strike number 1. Calder's 1 for 3 on the night. He's been on base twice. Had an RBI single in the 6th inning for his hit. A 1 outside. Evens the count at 1-1.
Yeah.
Calder came in batting .500. With the on base at .667. There's a strike out of Caleb Orr. Orr was almost averaging close to a single per at-bat through 5 games with a .700 slug. That one's outside, so Orr right now just going pitch out of the zone, pitch in the zone, pitch out of the zone.
This is not what you need if you're Regina, especially with Marine playing so well. Now you're looking back and you're wondering, should I have put in Orr earlier on? Should I have looked to someone else? Your bullpen's already pretty depleted after a pretty rough few days ago against Saskatchewan.
2-2, swing and a miss. Strikeout swinging. Eric Calder sat down.
Shortstop number 11, Johnny Volcano.
Second strikeout of the season for Caleb Orr.
And another one, that one just away to the lefty. It's kind of where he was setting up for most of that at bat, and finally was able to get the punch out with it.
So Regina finally able to get an out here in this 9th inning. This one hit hard up the middle to Cantor. Throw to second, 1. No throw to first from Samard. Fielder's choice, run batted in for Johnny Volcano.
Catcher number 24, Nate King.
Good play by Cantor. Sees that one through the fielder that time, and a very smart no throw by Samard. Don't let that one get away, and especially with the runner now at third, and potentially giving up another 4 spot here from the Mavs.
So now their lead is 5. Ball low and away to Nate King. King, the 9th Maverick to come to the plate this inning. He did ground into a fielder's choice to end the 8th. I think for Regina, just if they can keep it here. Popped into right field, chasing after it is Rue. He will make the grab, and the damage done here in the top of the 9th inning. Medicine Hat, a ton of necessary insurance, perhaps. The lead is 5 as we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Regina will bring Will Toger, Chance Deskalchuk, and Mateo Pierre to the plate when we return.
Let's hear it. Go Sox, go! Loaded! Go Sox, go! Let's hear it for Regina Red Sox. Go Sox, go!
Four runs, 3 hits, no error.
baseman, number 15.
New pitcher into the ball game for the Medicine Hat Mavericks. It's Tanner Hale. And then defensive substitution at first base is Guy Cologne, and out in right field is Evan Morrison. Will Toger, Chance Deskalchuk, and Mateo Pierre the due-up here as we start things in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Tanner Hale, a tall righty from Reno, Nevada. Just finished his freshman year at Feather River College. 2 appearances on the season already. As that one just off the plate. 1 against Regina, 1 against Brooks to start the season. He had a scoreless 2 innings where he struck out 3, walked 1, and hit 1. And against Regina, allowed 2 hits. Again, scoreless, striking out 2 in just 19 pitches. He looked to replicate that here to get a potential hold.
Called strike to Toger. One-two pitch outside as Toger keeps the count at 2-2. Toger just looking to keep the line moving here. This Mavs pitching staff has all but snuffed out this Red Sox lineup. Toger works the count full. Not a save situation for Hale, but an opportunity perhaps to earn some trust with his manager for a potential high leverage spot later on in the season. Toger pops, and Dale's not gonna get there. Drops over the head. And in there, leadoff single for Will Toger.
A little excuse me here off the end of the bat. Just kind of, or that was inside, excuse me. Just under it after going away. Puts one in. Toger somehow times it well. And Dale did not have a read on it. So now again, a good runner at first.
Deskalchuk takes a first pitch strike. Deskalchuk came in as a pinch hitter in the 7th, hit a double. Called strike 2. He was in a similar situation with a 2-strike count when he hit that double. Again, a freshman hitter out of Regina. 0-2. That one hit hard into center. At the track is Schnabel. And he makes the grab a couple steps in front of it as Deskalchuk gave that one a good run.
Boy, did he. That one over the zone. Read it well. Got barrel to it. Just couldn't quite swing through it. But that's really what you want to see out of your Red Sox rookie. Guy listed as a utility man, but very well could find himself in some valuable innings, some valuable minutes, as we see here.
Pinch hitter for Regina, it's Jake Fowler. A two-way guy is Fowler. As Hale looks Toger back. Fowler has a couple innings pitched, a couple at bats as well. That one high and in. Little welcome to the ball game to Fowler. That one in there. Sorry, Fowler doesn't have any plate appearances with the Red Sox just yet. Did have some with Cerritos College, if I'm not mistaken. That one low, good take.
That is a really tough one for Fowler to take. Breaking ball on the outer part, seeing it all the way. Just trusting that's going to break maybe half an inch before the zone.
Pitch here. That one fouled back, yes. So with the Falcons, Fowler listed as a utility guy. 29 games, had 22 at-bats, but he also had 16 appearances out of the bullpen for the Falcons. 8 for 22, 364 average for Fowler this last season. This one hit up the middle. Making the play is Volcano. The throw over 6-4, 6-3 double play to end the ball game as the Mavs come into Curry Field on a Thursday night and put water to the fire on the offense of this Red Sox club.
1 run on 7 hits for Regina. They were able to get bat on ball. They just could not bring runners around. Plenty of runners left in scoring position, multiple left on base. You had 1 in the 7th, you had 1 in the 5th, you had 1 in the 4th and 2 in the 2nd. Just couldn't bring them around. Really tough day for Regina. Really good appearance out of both starters, really. Brant Spencer went long. Aiden Schumer with his 4 strikeouts across 5 innings, 7 from Spencer. The bullpen came out to play for Medicine Hat. Defense was good as well from the Mavs as they're able to get the first notch on the board here against Regina.
But unfortunately for Regina, just didn't get the hits that they were used to this point of the season, at least. Cause for concern, or it's game number 6 of a 56-game season?
I think you have to say it's game number 6. You know, you don't even have your full roster out there yet. Some of your guys, they're not used to, you know, swinging with a wood bat for a long period of time. They're not used to playing with each other yet. You know, you're just coming off a couple travel days. Now you're getting this homestand. An impressive day yesterday. Some guys really stood out today. I think Deskalchuk played very well. And then you're going to be looking to a game on Sunday against Swift Current, where you're hoping that maybe they can break through a little bit against a weaker Eastern Division team.
Still a learning opportunity for Regina as they lose this one 6-1, giving up 4 runs in the 9th inning. The bullpen kind of held the line for as long as they could, did their jobs, and then really this big swing here by Medicine Hat and God Cologne kind of flipped the script in the 9th on Regina.
Yeah, that was the insurance that Medicine Hat needed. We kind of talked about it as a hypothetical, but man, that bases loaded situation, that was just too tough for anyone to get out of, whether it was Bordine or whoever it would be coming out of that pen. Here we see that inning ending, or game ending, I should say, double play, clean a throw over, and that really encapsulated the evening for the Mavericks. Just really clean, really well played. They were able to get that last bit surge and make this game look a lot better than maybe even they'll say it was, even though they did play fantastic.
Medicine Hat will start a 3-game set at Athletic Park Friday evening against Moose Jaw. They'll play Friday, Saturday, Sunday against the Miller Express at home. While Regina next in action tomorrow night in Weyburn, and then Saturday in Saskatoon before being back here on Sunday against the 57s. Regina scores 1 run on 7 hits. They committed 1 error and left 7 runners on base, while Medicine Hat wins this game with 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors, and left 11 runners on base. Brant Spencer with the win. Aiden Schumacher with the loss. For Elliot Wagner, I'm Donovan Mace. Thank you so much for joining us on tonight's broadcast. We also thank the guys in the truck for bringing you the wonderful views that we got, including those replays as well. From all of us here on IKS Media and Flow Sports, have a great night, everyone. We'll see you at the ballpark.